It is an amber veil. Hormones. Ooh, shiny. Hi guys, how's everyone doing? Good, 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 I hope. Today I am reviewing Itchy Eyebrow. No, I'm not reviewing Itchy Eyebrow. How would that go? Today I'm reviewing Voile d'Ombre by Yves Rocher. Amber Veil, it means. This is an Oriental woody fragrance, came out in 2005. And 2 years later, in 2007, it won an award, so I read. It won the Fifi award for Best Packaging. How strange that I don't have the box to show you. So I've had this fragrance for a really long time. It's never made it to my shelf. It's still in my box of stuff that doesn't really fit on my shelf yet. But it's autumn now, so yeah, it's gone down quite a bit. Here's the bottle anyway, have a little look. It's a 50ml bottle. It's actually called Secrets d'Essence. I think it's a particular line that Yves Rocher do. I've never reviewed any of their fragrances before and only ever tried one ages ago, which was a tall pink floral one, which I wasn't too fond of. But yeah, this is Amber Veil. I bought it because the notes sounded great, which I will tell you now. So the top notes are mandarin leaf, mandarin, cardamom and myrtle. Myrtle is a herbal aromatic sort of flower. Great. It's not really found in many things, or not really prominent in many things. I'm not really sure what it smells like, to be honest, but don't know, not really in this one either. The heart notes, I love incense, myrrh and a popanax. So popanax is sweetened myrrh, so you've got two types of myrrh and incense. Yum. And then the base notes are sandalwood, patchouli and vanilla. So let's smell it. I have it drying on this hand, I haven't said that for a while. So the first thing I want to do is mention something that I feel like this is a distant cousin of, just to kind of set the tone of the review. Because amber is at the forefront of this, I mean there's no amber listed in the notes at all, but the notes in here create what smells exactly like amber to me. I want to mention Shalimar. I feel like there aren't many queens of amber fragrances. I feel like Shalimar is the queen of the amber fragrances. But while Shalimar has a citrus opening, a very citrus opening, so it's like a lemony opening, and then it kind of turns into this fluffy, feathery cloud of powder and amber. This is slightly darker. This is more themed and kind of based around the myrrh and the incense in the heart, but with tons of amber and lots of vanilla as well. So they feel like they're distant cousins, but this is the darker cousin. Not too dark though, don't let that put you off. So when it opens, it's a really big blast. It feels like it's going to overtake everything, but when in fact it kind of doesn't, but I'll get onto that in a minute. At first it feels like, whoa, this is, you know, hugely sweet, hugely resinous, warm, balsamic, a tiny bit smoky as well. Kind of feminine, well I reckon it's unisex, but it's kind of leaning towards the more feminine side, mainly because I associate it with Shalimar, which I maybe shouldn't, but you know, as I said, amber is right at the forefront. It's a gorgeous note. It is, even though it's not listed, like I said, but amber is lovely. It's a light balsamic kind of note. It's warm, it's kind of powdery, really, really smooth, and this fragrance is really, really smooth. The opening is super well blended. It feels like a, I wanted to say veil, but that seems way too cliche. I'm going to say it feels like a cloak at first, because it's quite powerful at first, and it feels like it might not ever go away, but it does. I can feel only the tiniest hint of citruses in the opening. This is one of those fragrances that gets right into the depth immediately when you spray it. You know that you're wearing an Oriental, but this isn't an aggressive Oriental. It's kind of like a baby Oriental. This would be a good foray into Orientals, I think, if you're not really about them, because the amount of vanilla in here, it's Madagascar vanilla, by the way, which you'll know is the best kind of vanilla. Oh, and the sandalwood is Australian. I don't know what that means, but maybe it's upside down. Maybe they put it in the other way around. And I don't really feel any herbalness or anything like that. So like I said, it's kind of straight into the richness, straight into the warmth, straight into the autumnal kind of coziness that this fragrance has, which I really like. I've been spraying it quite a bit recently since the weather has changed, and I need to clean this bottle. Give me 1 second. Ooh, shiny. So the wet stages to the heart or drying stages, I think stay fairly linear. I feel like it stays quite the same, which is great. You kind of know what you're going to get when you wear it. But the dry down is very different, and I only experienced the dry down properly when I had it on my hand a couple of days ago, and then I washed my hands and it was what was left. So I'm guessing this is the very, very tail end of the fragrance where you're going to get this. This is where I feel like it's the veil part of the fragrance, because it changes quite a bit. So in the heart, vanilla is prominent. In the wet stages, vanilla is really prominent. It's making everything feel a bit sweeter. It's kind of covering the resins over. They're balancing each other out, the resins and the vanilla, so it's not overly one or the other. And then the dry down is where it becomes, I think, much more feminine and much more veil-like. It starts to feel a lot more powdery, a little bit more clean, and the darker resins like the opoponax and the myrrh and the incense have backed off a whole bunch when it's dry. So it goes to a much prettier place, and it's much closer to the skin. It gets closer to the skin quite quickly, I think. It's not the most super projecting of fragrances, which is the only negative. I kind of wish that it projected longer, well, as strong as it does at the beginning, for a longer amount of time, but it's called Amber Veil, so, you know, it's not supposed to be amber trench coat. It is an amber veil. So really, really nice. You would expect the base to be a bit different. It's got patchouli in it, you know, it's got the other thing that I can't remember, but you know, I said before, when in actual fact it goes a lot softer. So just to sum up, the wet stages where it projects really well at the very beginning only lasts for about 10 or 20 minutes, I think. This is more about the dry down and the end stages where you're going to get your close to the skin, kind of wafty, come closer and smell me kind of fragrance, and that does last for a really long time. I get at least 7 or 8 hours maybe out of it. But I do sometimes think that I can't smell it anymore. It's one of those ones where it's a little bit of a conundrum. I feel like it's gone, but then other people have said, oh, you smell nice. So I guess it kind of melds into your skin a little bit, which is always nice for a fragrance to do. Meshes with your own, you know, pheromonic whatevers, hormones, skin. This is really, really great. It's the only Yves Rocher fragrance I own. It's really affordable, so it'd be a really good one to try out if you want to try out Orientals for the first time. Not too sweet, not too resinous, not too anything. It just sits in a good little pocket, I think. So that's it, that's my review of Amber Veil, or Voile d'Ombre by Yves Rocher. Hope you guys liked the review. I'm at Sean Malone, click my logo down there to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon for another review. Goodbye. Ah, the lid just came off.